Hello everyone, this is the first tutorial and this tutorial is about chemistry animation, the tetrahedral void infographic animation from solid state. So we'll learn how to do it. So now take a blank slide, insert a normal rectangle. There are two types of rectangles, but we need to insert a normal rectangle, not a rounded corner rectangle. So we need to adjust in such a way that all borders are aligned properly in a neat size, in a proper size, I mean to say. So drag it a bit down and drag it to the center, and we need to do like this, and it's perfectly all right. Then go to format shape, then go to no fill, then go to gradient fill, then delete one bar, make 3 bars. Now fill the color with lavender, the second with blue, I guess blue, and then the third with the orange. Now close the format shape bar, go to the shape outline, and weight will take it as 3. Shape effects, shadow as the background shadow, so it's quite visible, right? The shadow is behind. And then insert a bar and type the heading, that is the tetrahedral void infographics. Now align it to the center, it's done, perfect. Now go to we need to take caliber body, and then size, it's suitable to around 32. Then go to Times New Roman, we need to take Times New Roman, it's perfect actually. Then go to the format bar, outline as black, and select all the text and fill it with lavender color. Now go to format shape, then gradient color, always choose 3 bars. I recommend that 3 bars are enough. Now we need to color the line of the text box opposite to the borders, because it looks very attractive. When we color both same, it's somewhat looks odd. So we need to color the text box for line and the border with opposite colors. So we need to copy that. I'll tell you why we copied the text. Then go to the text effects, add a little bit reflection so that it look good. Now in order to format the text box outline, we need to drag the text a bit down, bring the infographic text bottom, so as we can add the shadow, and you can clearly see the shadow reflecting behind the text box. You can slightly observe. Now copy the background image and insert it on the background name. Take it backwards. We need to insert in such a way that the background looks very blur. We can see the background, but it looks blur, so as we can find the text more clearly, and we can animate the tetrahedral void, and we can see the tetrahedral void very clearly than the background. So we need to set the transparency so as to 12, like you can see the transparency, right? You can see the background a bit, so it adds the background very neat in color. Now bring the text box to front and bring the border to front, both the text box and border to the front. And when you cover the rounded rectangle, then a border, it is very transparent and it's visible a bit, and text box looks very vibrant. So now go to the insert bar, to shapes, pick a circle, then drag it to the right side corner, then go to the shape fill with black fill, shape outline as black, then format shape, then then this would be black, then it would be gray, so as the it looks very gradient, right? Then go to the insert bar again, go to shapes, pick a line and drag it from the center to the corner of the, then control C and then control V. Okay, make the weight as wish you like, but I'm making as a 2. Then go to the weight section, then 1.5 or 2, it depends on you, then control V, and then you could shape it like this, then drag that and place above that. Okay, now we have to do it for other shapes also. We have to do it in for other shapes in such a way that it looks like a tetrahedral void in the solid state. Drag it to the other side. Now we are doing this tetrahedral void in a very basic shape, that means in a very 3D shape. Okay, we are doing it in a 3D shape, you can see. Then copy all the lines and paste it accordingly. Copy all the lines and paste it accordingly. Okay, now paste it over here, second, then drag it over slightly over here so that it aligns with the circle neatly. Drag it over here so it looks good, right? We should make the necessary changes to this. It somewhat looks it's looking perfect right now. It's looking perfect. See, the lines may go cross because we are viewing this in a 3-dimensional shape. Okay, now then put it exactly on the point. We are viewing this, as I said, we are viewing this in a very 3-dimensional way, so the lines may come across. If you gradually see, or if you observe very carefully through these shapes, you can see slight adjustments making. You can see that if you view with one eyes closed, you can see in a very 3-dimensional way. Okay, so drag it over that point and make it very convergent, slightly a bit right side, but we need to insert it in very 3-dimensional way, I said. Okay, now this looks perfect, I guess. This looks perfect. Slight adjustments need to be made, slight adjustments, because we know that some line is going across the shape, so light adjustments need to be made. Okay, light adjustments, then go to other shapes. We need to similarly do it for all other shapes. As you can see on the top, we have inserted one shape which comes across on the top. We need to insert it approximately 6 lines from one shape to others, from other shape to other. We need to insert 6 to 8 lines, or maybe 6 lines are quite enough. Make it to the other shapes. See, we need to do it for all the shapes. Now go across the line and drag it to the other point. As I said, we need to insert 6 lines. Do it for all other shapes. Okay, this is a 3-dimensional figure. The tetrahedral void infographic is a 3-dimensional figure. Drag it a bit left so that it could look, and then copy it, then go to the other point and drag it to the shape. Now similarly we need to insert other line. We are viewing this in three-dimensional. Okay, we will insert in it inside, so as it looks very good, right? In a three-dimensional way, we should insert properly. The line should cover the shape, and then drag the other line neatly, slightly backwards, because this should be visible, that the viewer should see the three-dimensional figure in three-dimensional only, because when you're viewing it, we should observe that, and also we can observe that this shape is in perfect three-dimensional figure. Okay, now take the other shape and then align it very perfectly. Now this looks perfect, but the circle you are seeing is a bit down, as you can observe. Circle, as you can observe, is a bit down. We need to take it yeah, perfectly straight, as it meets the other two or more circles. Then align the shapes, align the lines very perfectly. We should align the lines very perfectly, as it was disturbed while the circle was moved, in order to make it very uh, neat and very aligned shapes, aligned perfectly, right? We should align it very perfectly, the lines, the shapes. And also we need to observe that the f- the figure needs to format it with shadow. Without shadow we cannot observe the 3D look, or we cannot do anything without shadow, because it looks attractive and very creative, and it attracts the audience towards your animation. And drag the longer line towards this side. Okay, and make it very smaller and make it to that point, and this also to that one. Align the points. As I said, we should align the points very clearly, and also very carefully. Clearly is we need to align very carefully, right? Now, as all this is done, we need to go to the animation pane. Now we need to go to the animation pane, select that, go to the animations, then select as float in. As you can see, the shape is floating from the bottom. Then set it as after previous, then line, take it as wipe. Then from the top, select other line, also select other line, wipe from bottom, then make it as with previous. Both lines should come simultaneously. Then we should select the shape after previous as float in, then wipe for the lines from the from top, everything from top. The line should be from top, the shapes should be from the bottom. Remember that both lines should come simultaneously, so set it as after previous from bottom. Okay, after previous, this is wipe with previous, then select that shape, float in after previous, then these lines wipe from top after previous, select second line, wipe from top with previous, then this float in after previous, then select all the 6 lines and wipe it from the bottom. Then select the remaining lines. As I told, all the lines should wipe from top, from bottom till top simultaneously, and set it as with previous. All the lines, set it as with previous. Okay, and now we can see the preview. This comes up. This is perfect, right? So this is the way how to do this, a tetrahedral void infographic. Now go to home. Now we need to insert the text boxes, as this is a shape where we need to insert a tetrahedral void in such a way. This is an organic chemistry also, so we need to insert, we should consider the lines as a hydrogen atoms, and the shape, the black rounded shape, circular shape, we consider as the carbon atoms. Then select all the text boxes, then drag it in a very aligned full way. Then we should be very careful how many hydrogen atoms are attached with one carbon atom. Then we should color the text with your favorite choice. Then we should add the animations to text also. Add the animations, wipe from top, and then drag it to the first oval. Drag it to the first oval. There's the first oval, oval 11. After oval 11 with previous, set it as with previous. Okay, or after straight lines we can set it as with previous. So immediately after shape comes, then the line comes. While the lines are coming from the shape, the simultaneously the text box appears. Then we need to do it for the other things. Then one thing to be remembered, that whenever you're inserting animations to text boxes after the shapes, we need to consider the text boxes as where it comes from. Like the top shape, the text box comes from the top. For the right, it comes from the right. From the bottom, the text box comes from the bottom. So as it is, the preview says it all. But we missed something. The ch3 text already appears, so we need to cross check everything and then save. Once ch2 is not added, then wipe it as from the right and take it to that oval. Take it to that oval also, oval number 11. So drag that text box to oval number 11, and drag that text box to the oval 14. We have inserted in a wrong place, so we need to drag that over to the bottom. Now it's perfect, right? Now we need to preview it. Perfect, right? While the lines are coming, the text box is appearing. So this the is the way how to do the tetrahedral void infographic. Now I'll show you the slideshow. It's very perfect. The lines are very perfect. Everything is perfect. So thank you. Subscribe me.